In this video, we're going to be answering all of the questions that you guys are just dying to know. We're going to start off with the questions from our Facebook group. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, we have about 1,700 members in there now. Hi, everybody. It's called Keto with the Keto Twins, and you can find a link to that in the description below. So we're going to pull those questions first. Sarah, first question is from...
Sorry. So the first question is from Michelle. Besides each other, what is your go-to for motivation to keep on track?
The motivation for me to keep on track is that I would like to be a size small on the bottom for once in my life.
So a little two-parter here. My first part of my motivation is I would like to feel good going to Hawaii. I've never been there before, and I've never gone to a tropical location and felt comfortable there. I've always been really hot or bothered or covered up too much. I don't feel like I can ever wear not skimpy clothing, but less clothing and feel comfortable walking around and confident. I would like to feel that once in my life. And also this YouTube channel really keeps me motivated to keep going because I know that, you guys want more content and stuff like that. And I get to see myself while I'm editing for 20 hours a week. I can see things I don't like and it keeps me motivated. So I'm glad that we have this channel to help with motivation.
The second question is from Shirley. She asked, did you all track your food macros in a keto app? The answer to that is no. We have never tracked our food other than trying to stay under 20 net carbs, and honestly, most of the time we eyeballed it. Other people, they might feel like they need to track everything. To me, that's overwhelming, and so I would never do it. And so we haven't tracked anything other than net carbs.
We just want to be aware of what we're eating and be aware, okay, we feel like we know we're eating too much this week. We need to scale it back.
Shirley also asked if we lost any hair on keto, and
so I actually did lose a little bit of hair when I first started keto again, and my hairdresser, shout out to Tootie, hairbytootie.com. She's the one that does our hair. She told me that she could see baby hairs growing in, but I think that when you first lose your hair, you can't see the little baby hairs, but they eventually start growing back. And that's because when you start a new diet or a new lifestyle, your body goes into what's going on mode. You might disrupt a hair cycle. Hair grows in cycles. We actually did a video about this. We can link it in the description below. And sometimes you disrupt a cycle and then you start to lose a lot of hair. But as you stabilize and your body gets used to being in ketosis, it should start, growing back again. Rosemary asks, who do you guys go to for food cooking inspiration? It varies for me. I like scrolling on Pinterest, TikTok to get ideas. I like actually looking at a lot of non-keto dishes. I like to experiment with food. So
Tasty, Delish, Sam the Cooking Guy, Food Wishes. A lot of these people are making actual delicious non-keto foods, but we're just maybe we could figure out some way to make that keto. And of course we love All Day I Dream About Food, Wholesome Yum, and a bunch of Keto Focus. We love you, Annie. We love your channel. Anyway, so Angela's asking, what vitamins or supplements do you take? I'm bad at that. So Sarah, I don't take any. I will say that I do take some electrolytes. Our favorite are Element electrolytes. I take them, a couple times a week. Probably I could be better about it. We'll leave a link to the one that I like below. It's called Citrus Salt. It's expensive, but it's literally the best electrolyte powder I've ever tasted. And anything that I've ever tasted that's called citrus salt doesn't even compare to the Element
like a margarita.
One. It's so good.
For me, I really haven't been good about taking supplements because I feel like I do eat nutritional food and that's what I like to focus on. But I have been adding a new vitamin into my diet. It's called Ritual. It's a newer vitamin. It's a subscription. So I get it every month and I've been trying to take those to see if they help with my hair or whatever. I don't know. I've only been using it for about 2 months. I like it.
It's very bougie.
It is. It has a very nice lemony flavor. So Jen asked, still using your higher dose sauna blanket? I got one and I love it. Would love to see if you get the new insert towel thing they just came out with.
We didn't get one of those, so higher dose if you guys want to send us those. Anyway, Sarah and I really do love the sauna blanket and the PEMF mat. We use both of them in my house. My husband uses the sauna blanket every day. I haven't been using it as often as he has. Didn't you use yours yesterday?
Yeah, I've been using it more now.
But I really need to start again because I felt like it was really helping with me with my skin.
Yeah, same.
And I've been using it maybe a couple times a week, but I would really love to just get in there every day and remember to do it every day.
I do use it once or twice a week generally, but now I'm going to be trying to use it almost every day because I feel like that's when you start seeing those types of results. It's because, you're trying to be in burning calories, just like with working out. You work out once, it's not going to make a difference. But you going in there and sweating and getting your metabolism going and getting those detox benefits that the sauna blanket has, you need to use it consistently. And
I was just gonna say though that for the people that don't know what we're talking about, we did make a video where I used the higher dose sauna blanket over a month, and I also coupled that with 2 different types of fasting, and I was able to lose a significant amount of weight using the sauna blanket every day on a very high setting and that. And no, I have not done that since, but have I gained the weight back on that? No. That was a hard month because it was
you
intense.
get tired after using the sauna blanket. Yeah. When I get out and I take a shower, I'm It's like you work out. You feel your blood start like flowing and your heart rate starts going up and then you start sweating. It's like almost, well, it is like a workout, but you're just laying there.
Well,
but,
you can burn up to 600 calories in it.
Right.
We'll leave a link to the other video where we went through that below, and we have a coupon code for $75 off if you guys are interested in it. We know that it's expensive, but
and you can read in the reviews of the other video Emily is talking about. If you go to the comments, other people have bought it and said they love it for their skin and they're having great results. And even Jen said she loves her sauna blanket. So I'm glad that other people are actually enjoying it.
Jen also asked, do you drink alcohol? What are your favorite keto drinks? I've been drinking as of late. I usually drink in social situations. During the current state of events, we don't see people socially, and she doesn't count as a person socially. You know what I mean?
I don't like drinking either, though. I don't know if it's an Asian thing, but I tend to get really bad hangovers from drinking, even like 1 or 2 glasses of wine. So
if we drink, it's probably like White Claw or vodka, seltzer.
Vodka, seltzer, lime.
Yeah.
That's our go-to drink. But vodka, seltzer, element.
Would that or the hangover that you would get?
Maybe.
Okay, we gotta try that.
So Mickey asks, you both have fur babies, which is wonderful. Are human babies in the picture for either of you? It just hasn't happened yet. Maybe not. We don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so Dale asks, how do we stay grounded? We just pretend like all this is not real.
I'm still not realizing how much 20,000 subscribers is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have like a really close-knit community, especially on our Facebook group and stuff like that. So we see like a lot of familiar names and things like that. There's a lot of people that don't comment, I would say. We're just, taking it day by day. And I think that we grew significantly in the last month and a half. And I'm still not like, we were slowly growing for almost like a year plus until we had like a sudden push. We're grateful for all of you guys subscribing and watching our content and leaving us nice comments. And so
Tina says that she is struggling to get enough protein in. I don't like fish. Any suggestions? Honestly, I don't know why you're trying to force yourself to eat so much protein. Just eat until you're full. I mean, I think all these protein goals and fat goals and they're missing the point of learning how to intuitively eat and to, satisfy yourself without going overboard. If you don't want to eat more protein, then stop eating so much protein. That's my view about it. Don't stop overthinking it and trying to get everything into these percentages. Like, other people might be able to guide you in that direction better than us because we don't pay attention to any of those things. I think that people are trying to perfect everything that they're eating, and if you don't want to eat more protein, then just don't eat it.
April also says something about similar, that she gets too much protein and not enough fat. How do I get more fat but not more protein? That would be like adding more butter into your diet. Kelly asks, who are your husbands? How'd you meet? They must be awesome because you guys are so funny. Especially together. Do they get annoyed you're so close?
Okay. Okay, well, Kelly will answer those first. Okay. Who are our husbands? Our husbands are Brad and Alex. Brad and I met in an AOL chat room in 2003 for people from Chicago. We talked on the phone, we met, and we got married in 2015, and
My husband and I met through mutual friends. Someone I know came down to go out to a nightclub with us, and she asked if any one of her friends wanted to go, and he came, and we started talking, and that's how we started dating. Do they get annoyed that you're so close? I don't know, but I don't really care.
Brad has known you since you were 18 years old.
I think that they get it.
It's a very unique situation. Luckily, they are really close with each other, and so it's just kind of like a natural thing. If they didn't get along, it would be weird, a lot weirder, right? Because if we're not here, we're on the phone with each other talking about YouTube pretty much all day. And in fact, Sarah calls me on FaceTime sometimes and just stares at me. Like, I answer the FaceTime and she doesn't say anything. I think they're so used to it now that if we didn't talk, it would be weird.
Yeah.
And luckily, they get along swimmingly well.
Have they lost weight too? Yes, they both follow our diet because we cook food. So they are both following a keto lifestyle. They drink beer on the weekends, but generally they are able to do that and not gain weight. My husband actually works out every day.
Brad eats what I make most of the time, and then, he has his indiscretions, but he's also a runner, and by runner, I mean he will run 20 miles in a day.
Oh, what are your real life jobs? For me, I am an administrator in an office, so I do like website, social media administration. Emily?
I ran a resale business that I started at the age of 21, and just recently I'm closing it down because I no longer want to do it anymore. I don't know what the other word of that is.
Styled says, when you say you eat a lot for one meal during OMAD, how much do you eat in that meal? And can we see that in a video one day? So it would be like a big steak, a hefty side of green vegetables, So, those, aside a hollandaise sauce below.
Honestly, though, a lot of the times we don't like to do videos on what we eat in a day when we do OMAD, just because the video would be 2 minutes long.
So Adela asks, what would your ideal 1-week vacation look like? Go
Bora
ahead.
Bora. We'll just give you a little scene here. Me at 150 pounds, which I've never been before. Long sarong, because I've never used to wearing a bathing suit. Overwater bungalow. Bora Bora. 1 week, because we could never stay longer because we couldn't afford it.
I agree. That
Really?
sounds nice. Yeah.
Want to know why I want to go to Bora Bora, though? Because the water is so clear that I won't have, a Jaws moment there.
You will, but you'll
No,
see,
I will,
you'll
but
see
you'll
it come
see
in.
it coming.
But that's worse, isn't it? Anyway.
Glenda asked, do you have Chinese Cresteds? I also saw another breed in a video. How many dogs and what breeds do you have? So, Ollie and Henry are half Chinese Crested, hairless, half Pomeranian, and Charlie is a Golden Doodle.
Leah asks, I'm going to ask the questions. Have your bowel habits changed on keto? For me, I didn't see any significant change, unfortunately. So maybe others can, chime in with stuff that has helped them. So Joyce asks if having 3 tablespoons of heavy cream, will you break your fast?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, because they say generally anything over 50 calories will break
That's
your
very
fast.
high in calories and fat. So
Yes, it will.
you definitely need to skip it if you're trying to fast, or keep it in your eating window.
Go ahead.
Tracy asks, I like my lattes. If I make it heavy cream and it has 0 carbs and I use half of a cup, is it still 0 carbs?
It says 0 carbs, but it's really not 0 carbs.
Yeah, it's
There's
they
an
have
amount.
legally can say that if it's less than 1 or something, that they can legally say that it's 0, but that's a lot. And half of a cup of heavy cream is a lot to have in a latte. You might want to try something like cashew milk or a blend between cashew milk and almond milk, macadamia milk. They have really nice blends now of those, so they're creamy and they taste really, really good. So Sandra asks, will you do an update on your current weight in inches?
So we've been fluctuating. I've been fluctuating about 5 pounds. I go up and down 5 pounds. I'm still 20 pounds away from my goal weight. But I'm happy with where I am right now. I just feel content. I've been battling my weight all my life, going up and down and gaining 60 pounds, going back down. So right now I'm at a point where I am up and down 5 pounds. I weigh in every 2 weeks, I would say, just to keep myself on track. For the summer, I definitely want to go back in and, try to see if I can get back down to my goal weight, which is 150 something pounds. Right now I'm 178. And yeah, I know that I can get there. I'm happy with where I am right now, though. I've never really been in the 150s, so I don't even know if I would like it there.
That's what I always want to. That's what I want to say too. I'm also fluctuating up and down 5 pounds or so. This is the smallest I've ever been. I don't even remember a time that I was in the 160s before. I have a living memory of it. Maybe when I was 11 years old. I'm getting to the point now where I don't even know if losing more weight would make me happier, because I'm starting to see that I might be flabbier if I continue losing. Does that make sense? I don't know if anybody else has experienced this. I'm starting to see more loose skin on my thighs and stuff the more I lose weight. And so it could be to the point where it's just this is it. And not only that, is it sustainable for me to be 150 pounds when I've never been 150 pounds? Being 5'11", 150 pounds is pretty small. So would I like to try to get there? Sure. Am I worried about it anymore? Not really. I've lost 100 pounds. People have to realize that it's not the number after a certain point. I don't know if losing really, really, really trying my hardest, it would make me feel better about myself anymore. I don't know how to explain it.
A lot of people focus on the number on the scale, and then when you get there, you're I still feel like crap. If you don't focus on your whole package, when you get to the goal weight, it's not gonna change how you feel about yourself. I've spent the majority of my life overweight, so the 2 years that I haven't been, I really recognize that, and I am happy with my progress. I hope that makes sense.
Ginger asks, can we meet your parents? No. Okay. Hi, Mom.
We've been talking to my mom about maybe doing some Malaysian food recipes that are keto-fied. So maybe in the summer we would do something like that. My dad is 81 and he doesn't watch YouTube, so I don't think he's ready for YouTube. Or YouTube is ready for him.
No,
really.
YouTube is not ready for him, ever.
Okay, so we're going to try to answer these questions really fast. Okay, so Shelly asked, do you get cramping at night because of keto? You're probably missing electrolytes. Try pickle juice, try the Elements electrolytes, and it should help with that. Beth says, do you measure everything to get weight loss results?
No.
So we do not. We do not track, we eat intuitively. Linda says, how often do you all use your sauna blankets? We answered that earlier.
Already are.
Sandy says she's been doing low carbs since the middle of January, hasn't lost anything. She only has 12 to 15 pounds to lose. You're smaller, it's going to take you longer. The last 20 pounds are the last to go.
And
Right,
low
Emily?
carb is different than keto. Or you might have to cut back on the carbs. You might have to try OMAD, try intermittent fasting, because you don't have that much to lose. And so you're kind of like in the situation where we are in right now, where we could possibly maybe lose 15 or 20 more pounds if we really pushed it. So you really need to like push it, whether it's adding exercise, adding in OMAD,
Switching it up. Okay, Tracy asks, what is your ultimate goal for Keto Twins? To take over the world, LOL. What do your husbands think about your popularity on YouTube? Our ultimate goal for Keto Twins is to
do this full time.
We love making content for you guys. We both had a passion for video even before YouTube was around. Like
we were the original. Like we were born too late for this generation. We were making videos since we were children.
It's a school project that was due. We did video for
Right.
it. We didn't even host these on any website for any views. We just loved doing it. We would spend all of our time making videos and editing them. So to be making a living or something like that.
Creating content in the video format. The video format is what we love to do. And it just so happens that we were like, hey, we love keto and we believe that we can bring something new to keto. And so, honestly, like, it's the video making aspect that really we love.
We really wanted to make content that help other people, and we're so happy that we found a community to help along our way, because, you know, we're still learning. We don't know what we're doing all the time, so we're happy we can share those experiences with you guys.
Karen asks that she's been keto for 3 years and lost 80 pounds. She's 66 and proud of that loss, but now she's at a stall and have been for some time. She wants to lose 20 more pounds. Add in OMAD, add in intermittent fasting. You have to eat less. Some other people are going to say, oh, up your protein, up your fat. You're 80 pounds less than you started. You need to eat now like someone who's 80 pounds less would eat to lose weight.
Right.
And so that's even less.
Shirley asks, have you read about starch resistance?
No.
So I really don't have anything to say about that.
Cindy asks, where do you guys stand on the purity of ingredients in your food? Have you ever done intermittent fasting? The answer to that is yes, we've done intermittent fasting. We like it, and we would suggest it to anybody who really wants to get control over the amount of food that they're eating and realize that you don't need to eat as many times or as much as you thought that you do. Where do we stand on the purity of ingredients? We like to eat as much grass-fed, humanely raised produce and meat as possible, but we think that staying away from carbs is the most important, and so we will have stuff with wheat in it. We will have non-organic vegetables sometime. You know what? It's just about better steps overall to be healthier.
Try to eat whole foods for most of the time, but we will sprinkle in things that are kind of considered
Dirty
or bad on the keto. But, you know, generally we try to eat better.
Janet asked, do you count net or total carbs? Do you track calories? We count net carbs, and no, we don't track calories.
Christine asks, sucralose, what are your thoughts?
Once in a while, it's not a big deal to me.
Jennifer asks, what are your feelings on taking exogenous ketones? I feel like people use that as a gateway to cheat. I don't know if they work or not. We don't use them. Do you think you'll ever stop being keto? I don't think so. We are keto for life. This is the only thing that has worked for us after 20 years of struggling with our weight. So no, we will always be restricting carbs.
The least favorite thing about living the keto lifestyle is probably that it's kind of like a counterculture lifestyle.
Taboo?
It's taboo to some people, and they look at you like you're nuts, and I don't like that. Do you believe in testing foods with a blood meter? No. I mean, honestly, I don't like the idea of pricking myself. I don't want to, like, overthink everything like that. So, have you ever converted your family to friends of keto? Nope. That's a hard no. You know what? Keto is hard for a lot of people. They don't want to, they see the results, but they still don't want to do it. I'm not going to convince people that don't want to be convinced, you know. If they want our help, they know where we are, but let's just be honest, most of the people that we know don't watch our channel.
Yeah, I think people would think that all of our friends and family watch our videos, but they don't. And I think that's common with a lot of YouTubers.
I mean, if someone did a Whirly Ball YouTube channel that I knew and I wasn't interested in that, I might watch like one video. If people are not interested, they're not going to watch. And so most people, they know we have a YouTube channel, but they don't watch it.
Esme asked, how much gardening have you guys started? Literally I have some seeds starting to grow, but I have a baby tomato plant. Yeah, we actually want to go to a garden center and pick out some keto-friendly vegetables to start, so stay tuned for that video. We love gardening.
Sue asked, when you did keto and went off for a while and then went back on, did you do the same thing, or did you find that you had to change it up the second time around? No, we just did the same thing. I mean, keep it simple in the beginning. You eat something like steak and green veg for weeks at a time. You will lose weight, and then you can start adding in, seeing if things work for you or not. Like low carb tortillas, ice cream, stuff like that. Keep it simple in the beginning and you should be good to go.
And there's also the fact that when you're going on and off, you're getting older and you lose weight slower. So it's gonna take longer, but you just got to keep going.
Christy asks, how much do you guys support each other when it comes to keto every day of the week? We talk, but it's not about keto. It's mainly about YouTube because this YouTube channel is a full-time job and we each work about 40 hours a week on it. We've been keto for so long, it's just second nature to us now. So we don't really talk about it all that much. Like if we make food, we know it's going to be keto. If we're making food together, we know it's going to be keto. We don't really talk about it as much anymore. But we do talk about the channel like every day, all day.
Which is related to keto.
Victoria asked if we're creating a guide, which we are. It's called Technically Keto, and you guys can sign up below to be on our email list, and you'll get notified when that's live. We're working really hard on it. So Lisa's asking if we are each other's best friends. What do you say to that? 1, 2, 3. Yes.
I always wish I had a twin. I thought it would be neat, and I always have thought your best friend would go everywhere you go. Yes, that is true. We are best friends by
default. I mean, not default. It's a very strange thing to have a twin, an identical twin. No one understands it unless you have a twin.
It's like someone having two of yourself walking around. That's how I describe it to people. It's funny that they say the best friend to go everywhere with you.
We don't count each other if we're going on a vacation. We need to bring other people. If not, we would just sit in a hotel room staring at each other the entire time because we're both very reserved, and so we need other people around.
Okay, so Ilsa says, have we ever cooked with lupin flour? I actually did buy it, and we're going to be experimenting with it coming up soon. Christy asks, what type of setup do you use for videos? So I use an Canon M50. We use a deity mic. I can link all of these below. For lighting, we try to use natural light, but we do have some LED lights. We're still working on that, honestly. Do you recommend editing software? I use Adobe Premiere Pro.
I use Filmora.
I'm still learning it.
Adobe is what people use to do professional movie making. Filmora is more for beginners, and it runs on a lower type of computer, and so that's the one I use.
BBS, do you have carb cravings? Do you have any other cravings? How often do you eat snacks? So, yeah, we have cravings, but you just have to learn how to say no. So we say no a lot. We don't eat snacks in between our eating window.
Typically, we don't. If we do, we count it as a meal.
Yeah.
Karen asked, do you ever drink protein shakes? There was a while where I was eating a lot of keto chow, but I don't anymore, but keto chow is very delicious. Honestly, I like to eat my food. I like to eat food, not drink shakes instead of food. So, I mean, but if you're looking for a new kind of replacement, try keto chow. They have some delicious flavors. Stephanie asks, what benchmark does one use for calculating a healthy weight for your height? I wouldn't listen to anybody else but yourself on this one because there are a lot of people who lose weight and they're still not happy at the end result. And then there's people who say, you know what, I think I would be better a little bit bigger. I know that there's people who have done that on YouTube where they start gaining weight again because they just don't feel like they were happy at that weight. They don't feel like they look good at that weight. And so they gain 10 or 15 pounds and they feel a lot better and it's a lot easier to maintain it. So I would just say take it one day at a time. Don't overthink it for now. Just worry about that when it comes. Because I'm 5'11", and to be 150 pounds, to me that seems, now that I'm looking at it, it seems very small.
Everyone has a different ideal weight that they would like to be,
Sasha says, I have a question about keto rash. How did you get rid of it? Did you figure out why it started? We don't know why. Some people say that it has to do with when your fat releases toxins, your body has an antihistamine reaction to it. When I solved it by cheating, and I had it again mildly, and I cheated. We ordered pizza and I ate it, and I got kicked out of ketosis for a couple days, and it went away, and it hasn't come back. So you could put all kinds of creams on it to try to get rid of it, but honestly, I just eat carbs because
up your carb limit. So that worked for Emily. Other people, it has to do with sweat and acetone in your sweat when you're actually sweating and leaving it on your skin, and it causes a reaction. So take more showers. If you're working out or if it's hot, take more showers, and that tends to help other people. I've been researching that actually. So that's what they say. If upping the carbs doesn't help you, then try that.
So you guys had some really great questions, but we've run out of time, so we're going to make a part 2 of this, and we'll see you in that video. Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Keto Twins, signing out.